Is this you with our son?
Yes,
So you did raise him since he was
yes,
a baby, correct?
correct. But he's not my biological son, and you know this.
Do you each solemnly swear that any testimony you give today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You can both lower your hands, and counsel for the Attorney General's office.
Julie Damani for the Attorney General.
And I guess, Ms. Lewis, I'll let you proceed since it's your pleading. I've read it, and I understand there's no agreement on it.
That's correct, Your Honor.
You
And Your
proceed.
Honor, before we begin, I did have exhibits 1 and 2, which was just the same thing as attached to the motion. I didn't know if it would be okay to publish it through share screen, or I believe Ms. Damani told me that you have another way that you like for them to be published. Or
Yeah, and Ms. Damani, just so you know, usually if an attorney has exhibits, the way my other offices handle it is they just ask for the link to be sent before the hearing begins, and then they just put it in for them. Because as you well know, it was very hard to set up. Like a lot of AGs are struggling with it. So I don't expect someone who's not familiar with Case Center to necessarily use it in a timely manner. I find it usually takes a long time during the hearings. So I don't know if you have access, Ms. Damani. I guess we can pause the hearing and create one of those now, if that's how y'all want to do it.
Your Honor, if I may, they're attached to the motion. I don't know if that makes any difference. It looks to me like they're the same as what's already attached.
And that's correct, Your Honor. So, I mean, if the court would, I mean, I could ask the court to take judicial notice of it.
I can do that.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're going to dive into a courtroom drama where every second counts. The hearing kicks off with introductions, exhibits being presented, and the judge setting the tone with clear authority. Right from the start, the air is tense, every word measured, and you can feel the weight of what's at stake as the judge allows the case to move forward. It's the calm before the storm, and already the tension is gripping. Everyone in that room knows this is not going to be an ordinary hearing. The way the judge establishes control makes it clear. Big revelations are about to come.
Okay. Mr. Correa, can you please state your full name for the court?
Francisco Correa Barriga,
And where do you currently reside?
1507 Stone Mesa Drive, Houston, Texas, 77073.
How long have you lived there?
For like a year and 6 months.
Okay. And were you living at 1507 Stone Mesa Drive on March 26, 2025?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And where do you work?
I work for Admiral Glass Company.
What are your normal work hours?
My normal work hours are from 5 in the morning to about 5 in the afternoon.
Okay. And on March 26, 2025, what time did you report to work?
I was already on the clock and at work at 5 a.m.
Okay. And you have provided documentation via your time card for that week. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And does that time card reflect you clocking in for work at 5 a.m. on
Yes.
March 26, 2025?
Yes, ma'am, and being out at 5 p.m.
Okay. And have you seen the documentation? Well, let me ask you this. Were you at your home? Was it possible for you to be at your home at 7:02 a.m. on March 26, 2025?
No, ma'am, I was already at work since 5 a.m.
Okay. So if a return of service states that you were served on March 26, 2025 at 7:02 a.m. At your residence, would that be accurate?
No, ma'am, I was already at work.
Okay. Have you ever personally been served with any court documents in this case?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Were you served with any documents on March 26, 2025?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever seen a citation or petition for this lawsuit prior to June 16, 2025?
No, ma'am. That is the
Okay,
day that I saw it on my emails.
Okay. And how many people live at your residence at 1507 Stone Mesa?
There's various family members, male and female, living there.
Okay. And are you aware of anyone at that residence may have mistakenly been served and presented any documents to you of this lawsuit?
Not that I am aware of. No, ma'am.
Here we see Francisco take the stand, calmly stating his name, address, and work hours, dismantling the claim that he was ever properly served at home. His answers are sharp, steady, and convincing, showing that something isn't adding up in the accusations against him. The suspense builds as it becomes clear. The timeline and facts don't match what's being alleged. Every response adds cracks in the opposing side's claims. The defense strategy becomes visible. Use truth and proof to cut through falsehoods. As the seconds tick by, it feels like Francisco is flipping the case upside down with nothing but his own honesty.
Okay, how did you first learn that a default judgment had been entered against you in this case?
I was going through my emails and I just happened to see that I had an email from the courts, and that's when I clicked on it and saw the information that was sent to me.
Okay, and when you received that order via email, what did you do thereafter?
I immediately started looking for a lawyer to represent and see what action I needed to take to get this resolved.
Okay, did you ever ignore any legal documents or intentionally fail to respond to this lawsuit?
No, ma'am.
And is it your position, had you have been properly served with citation in this petition, what would you have done?
The same thing that I did whenever I found out was immediately seek legal advice and get this resolved accordingly.
Okay, were you trying to avoid participating in this case?
No, not at all.
Okay, now let me ask you, you've seen the default order that was signed in this case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And are of the children named in the default order, are you the biological father of all of those children?
No, ma'am. There's one of the children that I am not the biological father to.
And which child is that?
Aiden Jeremiah, Korea.
Now, at the time that this child was born, you and the mother were married, correct?
Yes, we were married.
This is where the real shock unfolds. Francisco reveals that he only learned of a default judgment by checking his email, blindsided by a legal decision he never even knew was coming. He makes it clear that he isn't the biological father, a turning point that reshapes the entire case. The atmosphere grows heavy as the truth begins to surface right there in the courtroom. It's the kind of twist that leaves jaws clenched and eyes wide. The silence between words speaks louder than anything. This revelation is shaking the foundation of the judgment. The case suddenly shifts from routine procedure to a battle for justice.
And you're still married, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so though you are the presumed father of this child, is it your testimony that you are not the biological father of this child?
Yes, and both me and Miss Norma are aware of
I'm
it.
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Ms.
Okay.
Perea is making noises. Also, even though you are at home or you're outside, you are in court. So please treat it like court. Please try to get to a stationary location where you can focus on court and not be moving around and not having side conversations during court.
Yes, I am.
You all didn't reach an agreement, so it's real important that everyone hear what's being said. Obviously, you all care enough that you wanted a hearing. You have to participate in the hearing fully. I require that. And then also, we generally take testimony in court. So if you are not the person being asked questions, please don't interrupt or answer or roll your eyes. Wait till it's your turn to be asked questions. If you don't have counsel, you will be given a chance to speak as well. And then, isn't that relevant for this, but I'm not with the Attorney General's office, so anything you've discussed with them or given to them beyond what's been done in court, I have no knowledge of, and I'm not supposed to have knowledge of, so just be aware of that as well. And you may continue, Ms. Lewis. And Ms. Freer, you're in a stationary spot now. You are focused and not having a side conversation. Okay, perfect. Let's proceed, Ms. Lewis.
Tensions flare here as emotions spill over. Francisco insists both he and his wife knew of the judgment, but the judge immediately cuts through the noise, demanding order and respect in the courtroom. It's a sharp reminder of how high the stakes are and how quickly the balance of control can shift when the judge asserts authority to keep the case on track. The courtroom's energy turns tense, but disciplined. You can feel the invisible line drawn. No distractions, no games, just facts. It's a moment that sets the tone. This trial will not be derailed, no matter how emotional it gets.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you believe that it's appropriate for you to be ordered to pay child support for this child?
No, I'm not the biological father, no.
Okay, and what would you request the court to do regarding this child if this judgment is set aside?
I just get removed from the child support. That what's fair.
Okay, and if the court does set aside this default judgment, what do you plan to do as it relates to the marriage?
Um, we would want to file for divorce and do everything the correct way and get what's needed for the children done and do whatever we need to do to make everything right and get the proper documentation and everything done.
Okay, and would you have claims or requests that you would like to make regarding your property and children or marriage if you had the opportunity to present it?
Yes.
Okay, and no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
This segment shows Francisco pushing back against the idea of paying child support for a child that isn't his. He argues firmly, seeking fairness, and openly declares his intent to file for divorce. Every word feels like a man standing his ground, refusing to carry a burden that doesn't belong to him. His honesty cuts deep, not just legally but emotionally. You sense the weight of betrayal behind his calm words. The courtroom witnesses a man not only defending himself in law, but also breaking away from a painful personal chapter.
Ms. Damani, do you have any questions for Mr. Correa?
Just one question.
Okay.
Mr. Correa, looking at the time card details attached to the motion to set aside default judgment, it does not have your name on it.
Okay.
Where did you obtain a copy of that time card detail?
We have an app on the phone where we clock in and out, and you have to click by name to show you the correct details.
And so how can the court be sure that that was your time card?
I'm not sure if I can log into it and you see me click my name and it shows the time card. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up right now if there's a different way of showing the name or anything. Give me 1 second. Yes, there my name should be at the very top of the time card.
So are you doing this on your computer or on the device, the same device that you're using Zoom on?
No, I'm using another device.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can't screen share it, but I can send it to my attorney and then she can send it to you guys. But it does have my name at the very top. It says Correa Francisco Barriga.
If the court would allow it.
I will allow that.
I just have to click back to the date. Give me 1 second.
If you're able to do it on this device, you could screen share what you're doing.
No, I have it on my work phone. Is the one that has the
Got it.
phone application. Okay. Oh, I don't know. I could if y'all can see it on the screen here. It's Francisco Correa, and then you go to details, and then it shows all the dates and times.
Are you able to go a little closer to the camera? I'm not able to see it.
I'm gonna go back to the page where it shows my name, which will be here at the very top.
Oh.
Sorry.
Ms. Damani, were you able to see that?
I'm still not able to see it. I don't know if judge is able to see it.
Yeah, you're probably looking at the earnings summary. If you look at the blue section on top, it says his name.
Yes, and then I just go to the details for
Ms. Damani?
for the week, and then
Now the Attorney General presses him hard, questioning whether the time cards he's presented are authentic. Francisco stays steady, even demonstrating how the work records prove his alibi. It's a tense back and forth that keeps you at the edge of your seat, as his credibility and honesty are tested under sharp cross-examination. Each answer feels like a lifeline he refuses to let go of. The stakes are high. One mistake could ruin everything, but his confidence and proof hold the ground, keeping his case alive under heavy fire.
it shows everything.
Yes, thank you. I have no further questions, Judge.
Ms. Correa, do you have any questions you would want Mr. Correa to answer?
Yes. So I thought this was court was about um him not getting served, right? But they're bringing up about my son, and I just wanted
Ma'am, and
to
your
show.
questions aren't for me. Your questions are to Mr. Korea. Is this a question for Mr. Korea to answer?
So yes. So
Okay.
my question is this him in the photo at me with me in the hospital?
That is me, but that doesn't mean he's my biological son.
Okay, hold on. One more question. Is this you with our son?
Yes, I'm not gonna neglect a kid, a good father, just because his father wouldn't step up to the plate. Correct.
So you did raise him since he was
Yes,
a baby, correct?
correct. But he's not my biological son, and you know this.
And did you or did you not tell me that it was going to be your way, that he had no dad, you were the dad, we were married, and this was your
Objection, Your
son?
Honor,
Objection as to
relevance.
relevant. Oh, sorry, relevance.
I'm going to sustain the objection. All I'm addressing today is whether or not I'm going to grant the new trial. So those issues will definitely be at some point addressed, assuming they pursue their claim. But I'm not ruling on that issue today. Do you have any questions regarding the new trial?
Nope, that's it.
Here comes the dramatic confrontation. His wife steps forward with photos, challenging him emotionally in front of the judge. The room grows thick with tension as personal accusations clash with legal arguments. But the judge steps in, ruling firmly to sustain objections, reminding everyone that facts, not feelings, will drive this trial forward. The air feels heavier than ever. Watching the clash between private betrayal and public truth is raw and powerful. This is not just law. It's real lives colliding in front of the bench, and the judge's firm hand is the only thing holding it together.
Okay. Ms. Lewis, do you have any other witnesses you'd like to call?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Damani, do you have any witnesses you'd like to call?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Ms. Correa, you do not have an attorney representing you. So if there's anything you'd like to say regarding the new trial, now is your chance to let me know any concerns you might have about it.
Only for the case that he says he did not get served, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, no, I have no other questions. He makes up his own time card, so that's the only thing I have to say.
Well,
It's
in light,
it's an app that you have to clock in on site.
sir, right now, no one has asked you any questions.
Apologize.
Um, does everybody rest? Does anybody anything further they wish to present?
I rest, Your Honor.
Ms. Damani?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Ms. Correa?
Nothing further.
I'm going to grant the new trial. And I'm going to reset the case to be heard. For anyone to file, consult lawyer. You may want to consult a lawyer, Ms. Correa, to file any necessary pleadings. If they do file a divorce, there's a good chance this will get consolidated with it and not be before me, but who knows? We'll reset it just in case, and then we'll see what's happening by the time that setting comes. July. What date would you like to use, Ms. Damani?
Judge, either September 30th or October 17th.
Will September 30th be enough time for everyone to prepare?
Yes, Judge.
No, not for me.
How much time do you need, ma'am?
I would like until October.
Judge, I would just like to let the court know that I am prep set in Harris County for a 3-day trial on the 16th, 17th, and 18th, I believe, of October.
The 18th is a Saturday? Do you want to check?
Okay, so then maybe it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Let me
So it's
see.
the 15th, 16th, and 17th. Okay.
Okay.
If we don't do that, we would be moved out to October 28th.
Okay.
That would work, Judge.
So the AG's office, like, yeah, well, Ms. Damani, are you going to prepare the order?
Miss Lewis, did you have an order?
I believe so. If I didn't file it, I can get it filed this morning. I apologize about that.
If you can send it to me, and then I can get it to judge for signature.
Sure, will do.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, then everyone is free to go, and we'll see what's happening on October 28th.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you.
Finally, the climax of the hearing. The judge rules in Francisco's favor, granting a new trial and effectively wiping the slate clean. The schedule is set, and the weight of injustice begins to lift. It's the moment everyone has been waiting for, the twist that reshapes the entire case. Relief washes over as the gavel brings closure for now. This decision doesn't end the fight. It resets it with fairness. It's a powerful reminder that in court, truth still has a voice. And that's where we'll leave it today. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.